And as always, your views and comments are welcome on the show. Look for us on our social media handles at Joy News on TV, on Facebook, and on Twitter. We'll be glad to share your thoughts with the rest of the world. Let's begin from the TMA East constituency. With just 25 days to go to the December polls, we have been finding out the things that are most likely to influence the voting patterns of the electorate. Joy News' Matilda Omega has been finding out what will be that cardinal element that will decide who they vote for on December 7th, especially for their parliamentary candidate.
Community 1, 4, and TMA Mania are parts of communities that make up the TMA East constituency. Over the past 20 years, this seat has been occupied by the MPP. This seat is seen as one of the keenly contested seats within TMA. This is because in 2012, the then Metropolitan Chief Executive, Kempis Ofosu Uwari, pulled 30,072 votes, as well as the incumbent, Mr. Daniel Titus Glover, also pulled 30,075 votes. He won the elections by 3 votes. This year, what is going to influence the votes of people who live within this constituency? I'm here to find out.
I think Site 12 is okay, but our sewage is a little bit giving us a little problem. And
what about the sewage? Tell me about it.
Like our manholes and like this manholes is like it's almost get choked. The lines are not really flowing well. So I think when they do some changes about it, it may help. But the other houses that where they place the manholes most face the difficulties, because when the water fills up, it comes straight to their rooms, their houses. So it's a bit worried to them because.
One thing that runs through the minds of several voters here is the age-old sewage system. It makes the stench in some homes unbearable. The deplorable and dilapidated nature of the sewage system in TMA is so bad that the streams of fecal matter continue to run through people's homes, posing very serious health hazards. Residents say successive governments over the years have failed to address these concerns.
Community 4, we have problem with our sewage. We also our dustbins, where to actually dump them, because for some time now the trucks have not been coming for the dustbin.
How bad is the situation?
Very bad. I mean, sometimes you can have it once a month, which is so bad.
No, I don't think I'm voting.
Why won't you vote?
Because it's always the same story over and over. This man comes, may you see, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. When, you know, it's always the same story. So I think we are frustrated. So I, for instance, I don't want to vote.
You're just not interested?
I'm just not interested.
In this TMA constituency is made up of the MPP, like the MPPs, they rule TMA for a very long time. Maybe when the former JJ Rollins was still MPP had chance of ruling TMA. So still, but Kempis coming in is like, this year is going to be tough, because even last 4 years, it was tough. So that's what I know about TMA. And to these two people, Kempis and Titus.
Will you go out to vote on 7th December?
Yeah, when the message is clear, I'll vote, but when still the message ain't clear. That's why I said.
Have you made up your mind already?
Not yet. But these two parties, they are full of hypocrisy. They will say, I'll do this, later he won't do it. He will come and give you an excuse. You vote him back. He won't do it, come and give you an excuse. This one will say, oh, where you say, now where you say. This one will say, you say. We have to, Ghanaians, they need to tell us the truth. We all need to know the truth.
What change would you want to see in TMA Committee 1?
I want TMA to be like how it used to be at first.
How was TMA then?
And then when we were growing up, we knew TMA was a big place. Yeah. But now it's like, everything is like, oh, TMA. They say, I didn't know what TMA. They say, TMA. It's like everybody fancies like there's nothing going on, because even our schools, first, when you are in the government schools, they perform. Like when you write exams, like you know, oh, from Tema schools in Tema government they are doing well, but now it's like the government schools in Tema, yeah, the education level is coming down.
The terrible sewage system may not be the only concern of voters in Tema. Some want solution to the high youth unemployment in the area.
The problem is say you youth near ble. Ebi say meti dem I media agree. But this time I say me ko ye ejuma. No so ye ejuma ne MPP, NDC. Ya tumu musa, musole musi debi on mama ye ejuma ye. Yes so ye hu ejuma mo de ma ye. Sisi anu, omu be say e kire say yeah yanko school there.
We don't have jobs here. I should be working by now, but here I am doing nothing. Some of us have completed senior high school, but we can't get any jobs. This is not how Dr. Kwame Nkrumah left Ghana. Both the NDC and the NPP have failed us. We, the youth in Tema, need jobs.
The environment crowd, one can share. Kwame Nkrumah, Sabri in the Tamadan, Kwame Nkrumah than a President be brain abaso after Kwame Nkrumah, but to be a new Bibi Ghana, am I here? And you say, you catch NDC and MPP say, you promo chopper, you youth know, my Jumane,
yes, Ramo, SAS 2 to SAS 20, Gotano, Omunya study more, my brain, Omunya my campus global. Our
main concern is the drainage system. Both NDC and NPP need to come together to fix it. Whoever comes to power is not our concern. All we want is drainage fixed.
The Tema East constituency has been described as the World Bank of the New Patriotic Party since 1992. In 2012, the NDC's candidate, Mr. Robert Kempis Ofosuwari, who was the then Tema Metropolitan Chief Executive, pulled 30,072 votes as against the winner, Mr. Daniel Titus Glover of the NPP, who won with 30,075 votes. He won with 3 votes. Mr. Ofosuwari will again be competing with the incumbent Member of Parliament, Mr. Titus Glover, for the seat after losing to him. But Mr. Titus Glover says he's leaving nothing to chance. Nonetheless, the National Democratic Congress say it is poised on making some inroads in its electoral fortunes. Will history be repeated again, or voters will embrace the wind of change? Whichever way it goes, all lies in the power of the thumb. Matilda Humaga for Joy News, Tema.
Matilda brought us that report, and all throughout from now to December 7, we will be bringing you comprehensive reports from the constituencies and what is feeding your minds on who to vote for come December 7 will help you navigate through with the issues and also get the candidates to tell us what they're doing for us as we head closer and closer to the elections. Still staying with election-related matters this afternoon, the Executive Director of the NGO Youth Bridge Foundation has asked governments and stakeholders to invest heavily in the youth if they want to safeguard the country. His comment comes just 25 days to go to this year's elections, and he says his involvement with the youth shows that most of them are ignorant and do not know the issues on even who to vote for. He spoke to my colleague Bibi Chisedu on Newsdesk together with a second-time voter who's also a graduate at the University of Ghana.
If I should borrow what His Excellency Kufuor just talked about, what we learned, it's the absence of investment in our human capital. It's causing the missing link of good leadership and the absence again of natural resources and human capital for the development that we desire. What you're talking about at the university level, second year university level, the issues, there is a missing link, detached. So it's about the knowledge and understanding and appreciation of the youth in the political processes. Is it about the issues? Is it about what concerns their development that they are looking at? No, that is missing. You see, so let me take it from the culture of Africa where the youth are marginalized. At the micro level, our homes, you're not supposed to be part of the discussions. Political level, you're not supposed to be part of discussions. Go to campuses, there's not missing link. The political processes, they are not engaged.
For you, Stephen, you're going to vote a second time this year.
Yes.
What issues are you considering? Okay, well, now I've come to appreciate the issues more than the first time. And so this time we're looking at who is actually making investment into the lives of the people. I think that leadership is about people. And so we measure the success of leaders by the level of investment and then the improvement we are seeing in the lives of the people. So, I mean, has there been a quality of life? Has there been that rise in the standard of living for the people? I'm talking about the masses, not maybe a few people. So, I mean, I'm looking at the issues now. I mean, who is making more investment, infrastructure, health-wise, education? The quality of life is the focus now, creating jobs and all. Yeah. So, moving forward, Seth, what do you think could be done to address this situation?
You know, my heart bleeds when I engage a youth and you see this level of ignorance and then our culture that, you know, shies away. Let me say that it is not the youth marginalization, it's not just in the political arena. In the corporate environment, the youth are again elbowed. So almost every sphere of our society, we are elbowed. The youth are elbowed. You know, that is where my heart bleeds. Now, he's talking about juicy promises. Again, the lack of capacity to understand and appreciate the issues. If that beyond election, there is open and inclusive governance, let me say that everything Kufuor highlighted are the statements that we have been making.
So it will be a very interesting time to see the kind of things that influence the youth on who they vote for. Is it about the looks of the individual in question or the policies that they seek to propose to help change the country? We'll see how this plays out. And from now till then, we will study the demographics here on the show. Well, still in politics, what do you do when you've tried once, tried twice, gone to court, been told to go correct your mistakes, and then you still don't make it onto the ballot paper? Well, yes, today the disqualified presidential aspirant of the All People's Congress, Hassan Ayariga, has reassured Ghanaians that he will not hold the country to ransom by pursuing justice at the courts, an action that could derail the December 7 dates for the polls. But he is an unhappy man, and during a press conference today at his headquarters in Accra, he had some very harsh words for the EC chair.
We finished everything by 3 o'clock. We asked all the people from within and outside this region, those who were affected, to come to this office overnight, and they came and endorsed all these documents. And the General Secretary, Mr. Razak Opoku, and the National Youth Organizer, Mr. Modikaya, took these documents as at 3:30 p.m. to the Electoral Commissioner. And they got there, they were sitting on a round table like this. They submitted the documents to her, and she said they shouldn't come. They should wait. It's not their turn. If she wants to call them, she'll call them. They should wait until when she calls them, then they'll come. They said, no. We came before any other person, and we must be received. She said, no. They should go back. She shouted on her top of her voice. This gentleman insisted on their right. Amadou Sile intervened and said, allow them. Just allow them because they are here. You cannot push them away because they came. That was around 3:30 to 3:35. They submitted the document to her. She got angry and threw the letter at them. Threw it at them. They should go. They have insulted her. And this is an insult. And that she will not attend to them, they should go. She took the document, they said, no. We have 2 hours before the end of nominations period. Check the documents, and if you have any reasons or any abnormalities, tell us to make the correction, because we were within the period. She said, no, everything is okay, they should just go, and that they will hear from us. we actually heard from them. But whether what we heard from them was the right thing or the wrong thing is the reason why we are here today. Ghana belongs to all of us. And if people have to use their personal issues to qualify and disqualify others, I am sure there wouldn't have been jobs for anybody in this country to get or to secure. The attitude of the EC boss is not the attitude of an electoral commissioner. The attitude of the EC boss is an attitude of a tyrant who is not fit to occupy any position in this country, not alone the Electoral Commission. We have provided documents, evidence enough to show you that the APC qualified to contest this 2016 general elections, but the EC's boss, on her own capacity, decided to disqualify us, not based on technical knockout, but based on personal knockout. You recall, the credibility of the EC is in question now, because every time the EC boss make any kind of judgment or give any judgment, it will end up in the court, and she loses all the cases that have been sent to court. So far, she has been elected as an EC boss. If all the cases she's gone to court and she's lost all those cases, the question is, where is the credibility, or what credibility is left for the EC to be a credible institution to manage or to run an election like 2016? She wrote a letter to us after the disqualification, and I read, with no reasons for disqualifying Dr. Hassan Ayarga. I read the letter. 9th November 2016. I got the letter yesterday. Dr. Hassan Ayarga, presidential candidate, All People's Party. She cannot even call my party very well. My party is not called All People's Party. Signed by her. It's called All People's Congress. So as you can see, it's All People's what? Please, everything, I want you to see that inconsistent lie. So, dear sir, we refer to the Supreme Court ruling of Monday, November 7, 2016, in the case of Republic versus High Court, Commercial Division, Accra Ex-Party Electoral Commission, applicant, and Dr. Papa Kwesi Indu, interested party. The court in the said case ordered that the Electoral Commission extend the nomination period for presidential nomination form from 7th November, Monday 2016, to Tuesday, 8th November 2016. The court further ordered that you be given a hearing within the extended period, and that will afford you the opportunity to comply with Regulation 92B of CI 94 in appropriate cases. That opportunity was given to you, and the period ended yesterday, 8th November 2016 at GMT. You wrote a letter to me, 9th, and you see the period ended yesterday. You can imagine. So the commission, listen very well. The commission hereby informs you that it is unable to accept your nomination because your nomination form does not meet the requirement of CI 94 Regulation 92B. That is all. Can you imagine? So if this letter is addressed to me, and you say we did not comply, which part of the CI 94 or which part of our document, nomination document, did not comply? If it is justice. Am I right? Was it that the signatures did not match? Was it that the documents were not signed? But to quote a regulation is not enough evidence to say we did not comply. Ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you here are very intelligent men, young and women. Does this court, I want an answer for disqualification of the future of our country, the face of Ghana, Dr. Hassan Ayarga? I need an answer. Does it call? No. We want justice, and I want all of you to help and make sure that justice is delivered. Carry this message to her. Let her know that one person cannot hold this country to ransom. I will not do it. The disqualification, I will take it in good faith, but I will seek justice. I will not put this country under stress. by going to court to stop the election. I won't do it because I want peace and I love my country. And if I don't become president today, more days are ahead. But I want that.
And the operative word he mentions there is the word stress. Later on in this show, we will look at issues to do with politicians and how they manage either disqualification or losing a primary or even losing the main elections on December 7. We'll talk about it and see, because truth is this: on December 7, when the ballots are cast and they are counted and the result is announced, there will be one winner, at least for every constituency and for the presidential elections. What about the many others who lose? What happens to them? How can we help in ensuring that the post-election stress does not become too heavy on our politicians? We will delve into that shortly. We'll bring you some accounts also of politicians and what they've had to deal with after losing an election. Details here on the show. Wait for that. But before that, women who want to go into politics must prepare years ahead. That's the recommendation by an all-female election observer group drawn from various parts of the sub-region to observe Ghana's elections. The women who have been in Ghana since August are from Tanzania, Nigeria, and Uganda. They shared experiences from their countries and also stated observations made in the lead-up to the elections here in Ghana. Here's my colleague Hannah Odame with the women.
There were serious concerns among women, among organizations, among stakeholders about the position of women, especially women in the media. That was a time when the media was really, really attacking either female candidates or female leaders. More so its effect on those who would like to run in the future and those who are already running.
Now, Funke, you're from Nigeria. Robina is talking about stakeholders not too happy about the fact that women are being attacked. Do you have such a thing in Nigeria?
I don't think it's something peculiar to Ghana alone. Yes, we do have it in Nigeria, the demonization of women in leadership. We have a situation where even on the floor of the parliament, women have been verbally attacked. But in the circumstance that your image as a female leader is already battered, you are already demonized in the public, you are already influencing the perception about leadership of women. And this would influence the way the populace sees women. So once a woman comes up to go for election, okay, she's of low moral standing.
You know the women themselves sometimes do not come up for these positions.
No, what we're talking about is you want women to come out to run for public office. That woman has to consider her reputation, because in the first place, in public, for any woman who comes out to even challenge a man is rude. That woman does not respect women, or she's not married. Or, so women are... A lot of women have dared and have come out, and we're grateful for those women who have blazed the trail and against all odds have decided to run. But not every woman is built the same. The price for a woman to pay to run for public office is huge. I know of a lady who said she only knew about her husband's governorship ambition on TV. He didn't consult with her at home. How many women can just jump on TV and decide to run for office without negotiating the space at home? So some of these things are hindrances.
Now, we don't have the numbers in Parliament in terms of affirmative action. You mentioned that. We don't have the required 40%. We don't have it in Parliament. Based on the assessment you've done so far, do you think we can get there?
Yeah, yes, everything is possible. We need, for example, if the Parliament is 275, we should be able to have 275 female candidates, so that I'm not saying it will be 100% female parliament, so that you're saying at least, even if it's just 40 or 50% of that 275 or 30%, we're going to have a fair number.
That's one recommendation, I would say.
Yes.
What other ones have you come up with?
Yes, the first is making sure, like I said, join the political party, because we go through the process. The process is you must be, you must get involved in politics. Then you must be visible. You must be empowered to become visible. So then people know you. Because people won't vote you just because you're a woman. They should know something. They should know what you are capable of doing. And then the mentorship. Those 30 women that in Parliament are expected to be mentoring, other women. But the most important that has seen countries like Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, you know, those countries, that the most important is institutionalizing affirmative action. That is the most important route. So the others can follow, because we still need the recruitment, but once it's, you know, those things have to go together. And I want to end with the proposal that I think the Political Parties Act, they determine who will go in and who won't go in. So the Political Parties Act should be amended to require political parties to reflect the gender composition of this country in their executives. So women are sitting and making decisions within political parties.
That's the final thoughts from Obina. She's from Tanzania, and Funke, she's from Nigeria. And this is what they have found in Ghana prior to the elections. We'll get back to them after the elections and find out their thoughts on the representation of women, those who won and actually go to the House to make decisions. My name is Hannah Odame for Joy News.
The Women's Conversation in Politics. We'll delve more into that later on here.